The MLB Hall of Fame recently announced its inducted players for the 2025 class, and there are some things that stick out in my opinion. The writers only voted in 3 players, those of course being Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner. Ichiro and CC both will be getting in on their first year on the ballot, while Billy Wagner will get in on his 10th try. However, there are some things about the results I honestly was not a fan of. That is what I'm going to be discussing in this video. Before that, though, we are going to discuss the 3 inductees and why they are more than deserving. Also, make sure if you aren't already to make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on this year's Hall of Fame announcement. To start with the obvious, Ichiro Suzuki was a guaranteed lock to make the MLB Hall of Fame. Suzuki will also become the first Japanese-born player to make the Hall of Fame. Suzuki by far is one of my favorite all-time baseball stars, and he has the accolades to be that. Ichiro has won a Rookie of the Year award along with an MVP in the same year, a 10-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time Silver Slugger, and has won 2 batting titles as well as an All-Star Game MVP. Anyone with all those accolades should be a lock for the Hall of Fame. Despite not having the World Series ring many strive to have, Ichiro had the stats to back up his selection. Ichiro had amassed a career WAR of 60. He also has a career slash line of 311, 355, 402, and a 757 OPS. He as well hit 117 home runs and had 780 RBIs with 509 total stolen bases. Ichiro is not a power hitter. He was a contact guy to create runs. Ichiro also hit 300 or better in his career from his rookie year in 2001 up until his 2011 season. He was also an All-Star every single one of those seasons. Suzuki played about his entire career with the Seattle Mariners, where he was at for 14 seasons, and then played for the New York Yankees and Miami Marlins for 3 seasons apiece. Now here's my one complaint about Ichiro. Who didn't vote for him? He was 1 vote from joining Mariano Rivera as the only unanimous Hall of Famers. I made a video a few months ago discussing Ichiro's entire career in depth and why he should be unanimous, so I'll put that up top if you want to check it out. But come on, how is Ichiro not going to be in Cooperstown as a unanimous Hall of Famer? Overall though, a huge congrats to one of my GOATs. CC Sabathia also managed to get into the Hall of Fame on his first go-around. In his career, he won a Cy Young, was a 6-time All-Star, won an ALCS MVP, and won the 2009 World Series with the New York Yankees. In his career, Sabathia played for 3 teams. He started his career with the then-named Cleveland Indians, played half a season with the Brewers in 2008, and then finished his career with the New York Yankees. Sabathia put up a WAR in his career of 62.3 and had a record of 251 and 161 in his starts. He as well had a 3.74 ERA with 3,093 strikeouts and 3,577 and a third innings of work. So Sabathia in general had a very solid career. Interestingly enough, CC finished 2nd place in Rookie of the Year voting in 2001. He ended up losing to the man we just talked about, Ichiro Suzuki. With CC, I am very intrigued which team he will choose to go into the Hall with. Will he go in with the team he won his Cy Young with and came into the league with, being Cleveland, or will he go in as a Yankee where he won his World Series ring? Personally, I think it is going to be a Yankee, as that is where he played the most of his career at, but I can see the argument for both sides. CC definitely deserves this nod, and I'm very excited to listen to the speech he is going to be giving in Cooperstown. The final inductee for this year's class finally got in on his 10th go-around, and this was Billy Wagner. Billy Wagner in his career was a 7-time All-Star and a Reliever of the Year winner. He put up a career WAR of 27.7 and had a record of 47 and 40. Wagner put up a career ERA of 2.31 and had 1,196 strikeouts along with 903 innings of work. He also put up 422 saves in his entire MLB career. Wagner played for multiple teams across his Hall of Fame career and will more than likely be going into Cooperstown as a Houston Astros, where he spent the majority of his time. Besides the Astros, he has well spent time in the bigs with the Phillies, Mets, Red Sox, and the Braves, where he finished his career in 2010. Wagner was also able to have a long career as he played from 1995 to 2010, so he was always a reliable arm out of the bullpen. Even though it took Wagner 10 tries to get into the Hall of Fame, I find this selection very deserving. I feel as if he won more Reliever of the Year awards, he probably would have gotten in faster. It has seemed every year for the last 5 at least, he has been a heavily debated player to make the Hall. However, those debates can finally end as he is going to be inducted this summer in Cooperstown. Now with those guys out of the way, I'm going to give some thoughts on some of the guys who didn't make it. And yes, these are going to probably make some people mad. So if you don't agree, comment down below, but here we go. Let's start with Carlos Beltran. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Plain and simple. I get he was part of the whole Houston Astros 2017 World Series scandal, But besides that, what a career he has had. He has won a Rookie of the Year, 3 Gold Gloves, 2 Silver Sluggers, a Roberto Clemente Award, and was a 9-time All-Star. Beltran also has a career WAR of 70.1, had 435 homers, 1,587 RBIs, and had a slash line of 279, 350, 486, and an 837. Can the writers please just give the guy the votes to get into the Hall? He is more than deserving to get into the Hall of Fame, and honestly, if I were a voter, I'd be a more forgiving one. And this leads me into probably the hottest take amongst baseball fans. Listen, I understand people hate the idea of steroid users being in the Hall. I get it. But Alex Rodriguez should be in the Hall of Fame. I will even further push Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. A-Rod in his career has won 3 MVPs, been a 14-time All-Star, won a World Series in 2009, 2 Gold Gloves, 10 Silver Sluggers, and a batting title. Rodriguez also has a career slash line of 295, 380, 550, and 930. His main thing, of course, being his power gave him 696 home runs and 2,086 RBIs. And to look back at the home runs, Alex Rodriguez ranks 5th all-time with his total. He is only behind Albert Pujols, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and the other player I brought up being Barry Bonds, who I as well think should be in the Hall. Once again, I understand the steroid thing, but baseball should not just ignore the history these guys have been putting up. If they still are going to count Barry Bonds as the home run leader, put him in. If they are still going to count A-Rod to be 5th on that list, just put him in. That's all I have really on that topic. There are many other players I could put in this category, but for the sake of time, I just wanted to talk about A-Rod for now. Also, for sake of time, I wanted to bring up just one more player, this being Andruw Jones. To put it simply, he should be in the Hall of Fame, and probably this class possibly. Jones has been a 5-time All-Star and has won 10 Gold Gloves and a Silver Slugger award. Probably one of the best defenders in our last recent history. Jones has a career WAR of 62.7, which is a great number. His career slash line is 254, 337, 486, and 823. He has also hit 434 home runs in his career and has 1,289 RBIs. Andruw Jones failed to make it in the Hall of Fame this year, with it being his 8th year already on the ballot. I honestly don't think he will be in Billy Wagner's situation with making it in year 10. However, I think next year could be his year along with Beltran. Next year's class is pretty weak, not going to lie. So if there was ever a time for him to make it, it is probably next year. So there you have it. Those are some thoughts on this year's Hall of Fame class. They'll be joining Dick Allen and Dave Parker, who were elected about a month ago from the Classic Baseball Era Committee. This year's class shapes up to be a great one, and I am very excited to hear some of the speeches, especially Dave Parker, since I am a very huge Pirates fan. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on the Hall of Fame. Also, if you have any ideas for future talking points, just leave them down below as well. Thank you all as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.